And welcome to the All In Podcast. The podcast brings you a new perspective on so many things, and every once in a while, dentistry. I'm your host, Shane McElroy, and this is a lead-in to the last episode that was recorded at Dental Influencers Alliance live from Atlanta back in December. And we finish it off with one of my favorite guests that I love to pick on, Dr. Ben Johnson. He's a friend of the podcast. He's one of the founders of DIA. He owns Pacific Northwest Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery up in the Pacific Northwest with multiple locations. And we discuss a little bit about kind of what's going on in the consolidation of oral surgery practices. We talk some trash, play a little game, which he obviously, if he's playing against me, he's going to lose, and have a good time in general. But enjoy.
You're listening to the All In Podcast with your hosts, Shane and Blake, giving you a new perspective on the dental industry. Are you ready to go all in?
Let's do this.
Zimmer.
And we're back with our last guest of this DIA, one of the founders of DIA. Some call him the grandfather of DIA because he's so much older than the other founders. He's even older than me, and I was told I was old. Dr. Ben Johnson, oral surgeon out of the Pacific Northwest. What's up, buddy?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, actually.
Yeah.
This
double
is your
meaning.
house.
I want to know what the definition of old is.
I don't know, but the first DIA came, Brian Ballywas, Payman, Blake, and Knife all asked me how old I was, and at the time I think it was 35 or 36, and they all go, ew, you're really old, bro. And to that I gave him a big FU, and I was not pleased with it. And I was really grateful to find that you're, how old are you now?
41.
That's relatively young.
Almost 42 in January. So.
Nice. Well, early happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
I'll be 40 in March.
Excellent. Cut from the same cloth then.
Yeah. But let me ask you about the hair. Your hair was shorter before. You've grown it out. I wasn't sure
It's
about
kind of
that.
a COVID, got lazy, was working a lot. You know, stylists were closed for several months. And just got some length to it and got some feedback from my family and Instagram saying, hey, I like your hair. Keep it going. And there was actually 3 or 4 people who were part of the hair club. And we'd all take pictures every couple of weeks and say, how long is your hair? And
I was making fun of you for a while about it, but I got to say it looks pretty good.
Thank you.
So what product are you using?
TSA took it, but it's this liquid wax. And I don't know what brand it is, but wet hair, put it on the hands and just kind of stroke it through, let it air dry. And
Bro,
so I don't have that right now. I've been using dry shampoo.
You should check the brand.
It's at my local stylist, and apparently I need to buy some more.
Another sponsor for the meeting next year, maybe.
Yeah, hair sponsor.
Well, we're going to play a game in a second here, but
Okay.
I want to ask you a few questions first. Number one, we'll start with DIA. You know, going through COVID, you had to cancel it last year, as all the other meetings did too. But what is it like putting on an event like this, while also, owning multiple practices?
It's almost bittersweet. It's more sweet when the event actually comes up. It's a little bitter planning it because there's a lot of moving parts and pieces.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not really, some people do something for monetary reward. Some people do something to fulfill a hobby or a desire.
Sure.
And I think the DIA is more the latter term.
Sure.
Or the latter choice. You come here and you get to see people that you haven't met before or you have met in the past. You get to connect. I know DIA is responsible for many really good friendships and relationships that were forged on Instagram. So Instagram is like that founding, that building block, and DIA is kind of just mixing that all together.
Yeah. Well, and I can attest that.
That's the ingredients to the delicious cookie.
DIA 1, I was literally just getting on Instagram then. Right, Blake McClellan kind of forced me into it, but it did really good. But I was questioning, like, are these people going to be D-bags when you get there? Like, are they all about themselves? It's the exact opposite of that, and always has been.
And you have, Meta or Facebook. There's that Facebook group.
Yeah.
And you get on these groups and, you post a case or look for criticism or help. And there's a lot of trolls and egos on Facebook. Instagram is, I think, the complete opposite. There are some people out there.
You get murdered if you're a troll on Instagram. In the dental community.
Yeah. For the most part, you do.
We've got a Wong crawling under the table right here. I don't know if he's going to mess with you or me, but either way, this is not
He's
good.
coming up. Come up. I'll help you. I'll help you.
Oh, look.
Hey guys.
Knocking over the table. Get your ass out of here.
I felt like I was giving birth.
He jacked the mic. Oh, great.
I can hear.
Unbelievable.
I'm still good. Are you good?
We're good now. He pulled out my headset. I couldn't hear. What are you, a child? This is. Listen, I'm really professional.
I can't hear anything you're saying,
this.
by the way.
Unbelievable.
My headphones.
You better talk trash now. All right. Now I'm the associate director of special marketing.
Perio talks crap when they know that oral surgery can't hear them.
Big game when you can't hear them, right? All right. So in my line of business, I deal with a lot of the group oral surgery, DSO, and I want to ask you this: you have 5 practices, is that correct? So 5 oral surgery practices. What's the radius of those? How far are they apart from each other?
The greatest span, probably 30 miles, 40 miles.
So
30.
I'm going to assume like the consolidation of dentistry, like general dentistry has been happening for a number of years. But in the last couple of years, we see this explosion of consolidation with oral surgery specifically.
Correct.
So you haven't jumped in with any group or anything like that, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you've been reached out to by a number of groups, right?
Definitely been reached out. I've actually talked to just a few. More so, I'm just curious, see what's out there on the table. There's different platforms. I'm still.
Well, how does that
I'm
pitch
still
go?
young.
Yeah.
Well, it's usually it's just like any dental service organization. They're gonna come in. They're going to buy out the owners.
Sure.
They're going to take over a lot of the non-clinical aspects. You know, how you purchase your materials, where you purchase them from. Not really change your business, so to say, because that's what's made you successful. They don't want to come in and rock the boat, but they might make some small tweaks here and there. Sometimes they'll change your practice management software to be more in line with them. All of your books and accounting, and they're going to be transferred over to that group. And you basically work at a percentage for several years and
roll on out.
And maybe roll it out or continue working.
Stay there.
Yeah.
Do you think, we're seeing this heavy flow of consolidation right now. Do you think that trend's going to continue, or is it going to kind of hit a bubble and pop?
It's definitely going to continue. The first consolidated dental office was in California in the 1960s. Has that stopped?
It is not.
It's only grown, and now it's a multi-billion-dollar. I'm waiting for the first transition to $1 trillion.
I don't think it's going to be that long.
Dental switch. I don't know if it's going to be that long either.
No, I don't think so.
So oral surgery is newer in the game. Specialties have started to get wrapped up over the last several years, and I don't think. It's still early in the game. So some people think that, if I don't sell, and you get some pressure from some of these groups. If you don't sell or switch over to consolidation, then you're going to miss this boat. And then when it is time to sell, your multiplier isn't going to be as much. You won't get as much value out of that.
Maybe. But nobody really knows, right? Depending on what the market is.
But dental offices have been flipping for multiples on their EBITDA since... it's kind of taken off since the late 90s.
Yeah.
2000s, definitely. So oral surgery specialties, they're still early in the game. I don't think there's a rush. You want to find the right partner if you're going to go that route.
Well, because everybody, years ago, everybody's like, DSO's bad. But there's a huge array of it. Like, you look at Atlanta Dental Spa, multi-location. Technically, they're a DSO, too. They're fee-for-service.
Well, a DSO is just a dental service organization.
Centralized business.
It's got a negative connotation to it.
Yeah, you can. You're starting to hear DPOs, different acronyms, and trying to fluff it, make it sound nicer. But
technically, I, as
DSO.
the owner of the practice, am a dental service organization, the way we are structured. But we operate like a private practice.
Are you going to continue to add locations?
TBD. We have lots of things going on.
Well, I'm sure you do.
At PNW OMS up in the Pacific Northwest. So.
And what was your Instagram handle?
PNW OMS.
P and WOMS. I lovingly call them pinworms because that's what I thought it was.
There's no I or R.
There's no I in team at Pacific Northwest Oral Maxillofacial Surgery, right?
There is no I in team. We are a very cohesive unit. We get along great.
Good. Glad to hear that. So we may not get along well after this next segment we're about to do.
Oh, well, I have to lecture, and I've heard that there's some really
I wouldn't
bad...
worry about it. I wouldn't worry about this.
I'm going to worry about
You
it.
should worry about it, but it's still going to happen. Because he's not a punk. He's not going to run away scared. So we've been playing a little game called DIA Family Feud.
Okay.
You're familiar with Family Feud, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to pick one of these at random. Steve Harvey pulled 100 people and asked them a bunch of different questions. Now, here's the deal. This one has 6 different answers. I'm going to give you 5 guesses. You have to get 4 of them.
Okay.
All right? And if you don't, you're either going to... I'll let you choose. You can either brush your teeth with frosting, which, honestly, I push people towards. It doesn't hurt as bad. And I'm a little disappointed in how little it stained people's teeth.
Okay.
Or you can take a shot of apple cider vinegar.
I'll probably do the frosting.
Yeah, you probably should. Just gonna. I don't want to screw up your lecture like we did.
Yeah.
You saw Wong and Levitt. Total disaster. They were about to puke on stage. So, you ready?
Yep.
We surveyed 100 people and asked them, name something mothers like about going back to work. You're gonna get 5 chances to get 4 answers.
Less housework?
Let's see. Ooh, I am sorry. That is not on the list.
Get away from the kids?
Number 1 answer, folks. Get away from the kids. That is no shock to me. I've got 2. My wife can get driven crazy by them. You've got 5.
I have 5 kids, yes.
Yeah, you got to get out of it once in a while. Your wife's going to probably dump them all on you as soon as you get home, right?
Right, correct.
Yep.
Glad to help out.
All right, so you got to go 3 for 3 now. You got the number 1 answer.
Paycheck, extra income.
Money's the number 2 answer, so you're doing really well. You got to go 2 for 2 here.
A feeling of self-worth or accomplishment.
Sense of purpose.
Yes, okay.
Yep, very good. All right, this is it, folks. This is it.
Top 6 reasons why a mother likes
So you
to
say
go
get
back
away
to
from
work.
the kids, money, sense of purpose.
Sense of purpose. The pressure's on here.
There's a lot of pressure right now.
I'm thinking of what my wife would want.
Well, they asked 100 people.
I know, but I'm
not sure your wife
I don't
would want
have the influence of 99 other wives. I just have the
No,
influence of
you
mine.
only know
So
that one.
I'm thinking of what would my wife.
Those are
the top 3. Well, this is what game shows do. They want you to talk about it, get the audience
Not
engaged.
this game show. We want to get onto the punishment.
I'm gonna say I don't really know. I'm trying to think of another reason.
Is that your answer? I don't really know.
No. Friendship. Make new friends. Meet new people.
Survey says, boom, no sir.
What?
You didn't get
I
it.
gotta prove it to me. Let
You
me
don't
see
trust
it.
me?
No, I don't.
You don't trust me?
No.
It's not on there, folks. Which color toothbrush you want?
Adult
You
conversation.
didn't say adult conversation. We can go back to the replay.
Oh
That's not what
my!
you said.
Adult. That's friends. Camaraderie.
That's not what you said.
Noise control. Who the heck says noise control? I can see that though. My wife does like
Well,
a quiet house.
I learned how to tune it out.
I'm either going to rage quit or we're going to ask a third party.
All right, I'm going to give you one more chance. We'll call this a tiebreaker.
The tiebreaker.
Because I wasn't
Fine.
being kind on that one. All right.
He wants to see me suffer, and I lost at Geopardy. By the way, the worst
Parody?
Geopardy, the worst loser ever on that game.
Okay. All right. Here we go. You've got to get the number 1 answer, though.
Oh,
The number 1 answer.
I didn't agree to that.
You get 1 shot. Name something you do a lot. Name something you do a lot slower when you have a hangover, like I have right now.
I don't drink.
Yeah, that's not my problem. But you definitely know 100 people here who do. So you just take a look at them. Name something they do a lot slower when they have a hangover.
Wake up.
That was the number 4 answer.
Oh!
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Walk.
That wasn't fair at all. Pick your choice. Green like your logo. Do you want the green frosting or the blue frosting, the black
I'm
frosting?
gonna shove this where the sun don't shine when
go
I'm done.
blue. We haven't-
White. White.
We don't. Unfortunately, I didn't get any white frosting.
There's white right. Oh, that's black.
You want to do black?
No, I have to give a lecture.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You'll do blue.
Oh yeah, you've never done anything more embarrassing before
No.
than this.
Like
This is mild compared to most of the pumpkins.
and it's COVID clean too. You want me to put my fingers on it? Germ control.
It's still sealed.
Well, you got to flip this part right here.
It's not as easy as it looks, folks.
They really don't want you to get into this frosting, do they?
All right, let me do this for you because I don't trust how much you're going to put on. Now, we use a pea size for toothpaste, but frosting. Oh my God, this is a lot different than the other ones. Don't spill it on the blue thing. Thank God this is blue.
Here, do you want my garbage?
Just right there's fine. Ready? Oh my goodness. All right. Show those pearly blues. And we're doing this for Zimmer Biomet, so blue is appropriate. Oh my God. Thank you for doing that. I cheated a little bit in the game, not a lot. Not a lot, but hey, honestly, man.
Cheater.
Thank you for putting this on. Really enjoyed becoming friends with you over the last
Appreciate
few
you
years,
coming
man. And keep doing this because this is my favorite event of the year. Appreciate you, brother.
That's our plan.
Thanks, Ben.
You're welcome. What do you want me to do in this too?
Thanks for listening to the All In Podcast. See you next time.